At number 5 we have Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie is an incredible short film made by Heyday Union Productions, as Ed Fisher tells his story how he came into racing motorcycles and what it meant for
pro motorcycle riders, because I thought they were different batch of people, a different level and different everything. But my first expert race on a half-mile track, I beat the #1 racer, Paul Goldsmith. It was a factory Harley rider and was paid to come to Richmond to make sure they had a winner, but I won.
This film is very well shot as Eddie tells his history and the history of the motorcycles he rode. It will definitely show you the true love and passion motorcycle enthusiasts have, and that passion never truly dies.
It's another way of having fun riding a motorcycle. If you made any money, you thought that was just something extra. I can't imagine my life without having a motorcycle to ride, and then to race, and then to travel. Florida, rode to California, rode the Goldwing to Alaska in '85. When you pass a dairy farm, it has its own familiar odor, smells, flowers, and all kinds of stuff that I enjoy that. And that is one thing that I like when I ride bike. You see and smell and take in a lot of things you don't when you're driving a car or truck or whatever. You just go through it and don't even pay attention.
At number 4 we have Old Delhi Motorcycles, the film, by Color Blind Productions. This film is shot in Delhi, India, and is about the legendary motorcycle the Royal Enfield, also known as Bullet. It amazingly shows what a Royal Enfield means to India and what an effect a single motorcycle company had on the country.
The thing I always love saying about Enfields, it's really an organic bike, it makes you feel it. We call it kick start my heart, You step on the kick, you release the pressure, and a golf swing, and
so gay. So we used to then flick his bike away and then ride. ਤੇ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਚੜ ਗਿਆ। ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਪੁੱਛਦਾ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋਸਤ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਹੋਂਡਾ ਚਲਾਣੀ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਰਲੇ ਚਲਾਣੀ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਬੁਲਟ ਚਲਾਣੀ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਉਹ ਬੁਲਟ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੱਬੀ ਮੰਗੀ ਕਿ ਬੁਲਟ ਚਲਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੰਮ ਔਰ ਪੇਸ਼ਾ ਵੀ ਬੁਲਟ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ।
A lot of people come here only to hear him swear at them, and he swears really badly.
2 घंटे हो गए तेरे को ढूंढते बैठ के रे। हुक्म मेरे मालिक हुक्म किया बैठ कर, तेरे को बुला रहा तू आ ही नहीं रहा आजकल।
बोल मेरे भाई क्या सेवा करूं?
सेवा क्या, बैठ घर पे बैठ ना। वो आता है गाली सुनने को आता है यार, वो भी आता है, जीतू भी आता है, कहता है जिस तुम गाली नहीं देते वो दुकानदारी नहीं होती। मैं कहा यार ये कौन सी बात है।
Number 3. The Power of Sound by Moto Logi Films.
Its power to weight ratio is superior, 30% higher than the equivalent capacity 4-stroke. It's naturally aspirated, needing no assistance from an accelerator pump or fuel injection. It achieves a full power cycle with just 2 strokes of its piston: induction, compression, combustion and exhaust. There are no valves controlling each phase. Instead, the piston reveals exhaust and intake ports set in the lower half of the cylinder. The piston travels up the cylinder like a syringe, drawing air and fuel into the crankcase through a one-way reed valve. It's an organic exchange of vacuum and pressure as the piston pumps fuel and air into the cylinder. Intake ports direct the fresh charge to the cylinder head while combusted gas is venting simultaneously through the exhaust ports. At 10,000 RPM, the spark plug ignites 166 contained explosions of power every second. A 2-stroke achieves this rate of combustion thanks to the exhaust being shaped like a musical instrument. It harnesses sound waves emitted from combustion and reflects them back toward the exhaust port to momentarily reverse the flow of gas. This forces escaping fuel and air mixture back into the cylinder, which supercharges the engine at high RPM. A 2-stroke reaches maximum power when the returning sound wave meets the exhaust port at the exact stroke of compression. This is when it hits that magic note. This is when a 2-stroke is on the pipe. There's no other engine like it. There's nothing like 2-stroke power, and there's really nothing like the power of sound.
number 2 is Isle of Man TT by Studio Kippenberger. This amazing short film is the winner Gold London Motor Film Festival Best Event Coverage. With amazing cinematography and interviews with racers, this film will show you to what extent a racer will go to just for the passion and love for motorcycles.
There's a few races in the world, you know, some smaller road races, but they're not like the Isle of Man track, 250 corners plus, you know, a genuine mountain to climb over. So, you know, you've got your Nürburgrings and you've got your Pikes Peak and these other events, but they're just car parks compared to this place. This is the daddy circuit. Like I say, nowhere else in the world you get this experience.
You're getting yourself sort of set up, and then you're on the gas again into the bottom of the rail. You get to the bottom of there, and you can't describe it. The bike compresses out, grounds out on the floor. It feels like your heart's sunk. It takes your breath where you can't breathe. When you hit the bottom, it's your breath, you breathe, you just can't breathe at all. Everything just sinks. And then you fly out of the top, and then the bike's wheeling, and that's a good part of the track.
There are moments in our lives, definitive moments, so powerful they change the path of who we become. A memory frozen in time, like a photograph seared to the soul. It's that moment where the wild stomped in.
At number 1, Jason Momoa's short film is a masterpiece. This one will leave you either want to have a family or want a Harley Davidson. This video is so motivational that it made me a little bit of teary-eyed. Jason Momoa's love for old Harleys and the love for filmmaking has truly reflected.
Fierce and proud. I put my hand on the throttle, and with the twist it rumbled and howled. Like I held the power to control its breathing. That was my first ride. The moment was bigger than me. It chose me to be there. It was in the wind, the smell of the tires tearing through grass and dirt. It was the first time I truly felt speed. It was the awakening. And somewhere between the goosebumps and smiles, I knew I would always chase that open road. It became my dream to one day own a motorcycle. Mabel was my first bike and my best friend. I became obsessed with the spirit of the ride, the absolute freedom. I never wanted to own a car. We rode through forgotten towns and lived in the dirt, crossed the country. We traveled across golden plains, climbed mountain roads, roared through canyons, and rested in silent deserts. She was my America. That exact same year, those countless miles led me to a broken down bike garage. And in that bike garage, the owner had an old motor. It was a knucklehead, just like me. It hadn't worked in years.
Thank you for watching till the end. Please subscribe, hit like and the bell so we can work harder to make videos every day.